yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need the G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need the G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stocks crashing. Like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now the king left and they so mad, it's like
good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need the G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need the G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up, no stove top. Ice cold, no snow drop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract. Been running, no contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Now boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need the G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need the G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They font that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. There's an empire, fuck a boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new hype with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah. Man, it's too early in the morning for this shit. But let's get it. Yeah. Ay, all of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents. Cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green.
He's heating up!
Inconceivable!
He's on fire!
She call me Captain, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes out on tap. Trying to stay private, but I got them groupies. Owe me in private, but don't get all choosy. Bust out the bubble and in with the new me. FTLOG on the top with the blue G's. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies, I got the rubies. She call me Captain, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes out on tap. Trying to stay humble, but I get real moody. Try not to stumble, but she a real cutie. Bust out the bubble and in with the newbie. FTLOG on the top with the blue G's. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies, I got the rubies.
I am the danger.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Body positivity is for burn victims and amputees, not for lazy, overweight snowflakes with no driver self-respect.
Ooh, sorry, but Thin White Gym Bros didn't come up with and don't get to redefine body positivity.
Go fuck yourself.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Full North.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 3042 of the Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustles, and yo hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you be. Come one, come all. We do have Papa Swolio in the corner here too, but I don't know if you could see her because she's being blocked by the super taint. There's her little head in the corner. We do it as a family now. I'm getting Papa Swolio in the game. I'm forcing her in the game. She doesn't want to be in here. She's trying to get out, but no. Trapped her in here, and now she's comfortable. She's got her little treat. She's got her bed, Tainty Man, lying there across the floor. And of course, the church is over here as well. She's stretched out. We're all here, and we're ready for an amazing Mancast. Hit the like button. Thanks for being here. Make sure you leave a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcast, anywhere you bang your ear holes. Let's get into today's show. We do have some bad news. Wait a second. We do have some bad news. It seems that I guess we haven't really been paying attention enough to Tess Hornaday, and it seems like she has some bad influences around her, and now she's woke.
Matt Damon
Dyed her hair, got a septum piercing. I don't even know what to say. Hashtag Swole season for a chance to win today's Swole card. Maybe we can set this one straight. The Falcon hasn't been, I guess, putting down the claws properly. Yeah, well, don't complain. Don't complain. This is on you. It's between you and her. All right, you got to keep your woman in check. Anyway, so septum piercing, as you can see, she's got a multicolored horn. She's got the dyes. It's hashtag Swole season for a chance to win today's Swole card. Maybe we can get that straightened out. Let's get into the tip today, fam. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. Kids days. All right, let's get into some releases, fam. Yesterday, we had our accountability meeting. If you don't know, you got a brand new yoga class, Yin for Back. Make sure you join the fam over at SwoleNormousX.com. By the way, specials end tonight, SwoleNormousX.com/BTS. That's Back to Swole ends tonight. If you want to jump on those special offers, now's the time. We do have the app launching soon. Hopefully we'll get some updates this week. We're waiting on Apple. So Tim Cook, where you at, bro? Tim Cook, where you at? We made some major adjustments behind the scenes. So we actually improved it a lot on our end. I'm trying to work on all the things that I can work on, but I can't speed Apple up anymore. But it's coming soon. That's what she said. Looking really forward to it. It's going to revolutionize X anyway. Brand new class, Yin for Back. Check the updates tab. Go to SwoleNormousX.com and join the fam today. And also yesterday, man, if this isn't one of the greatest designs, the deadlift design is flying off the shelves. Optimus Pump is crushing also, but Swoleverine is going to do awesome. I can't wait to get my Swoleverine in. So cop yours, 20% off, ends tonight over at papaswolio.com as well. Both memberships and apparel specials end tonight. So check it out, papaswolio.com, 20% off the entire site. Jump all over that. Swoleverine brand new design dropped yesterday. Check the new releases section. We do new releases every single week, as a lot of you know already. Let's get into the first Swole fan post. This one is from Melinda. Melinda says, "Hi fam, I'm new here and just checking in. I'm excited to learn and grow. I'm a really quiet person and stay pretty much to myself if I'm not around my kids. I get social anxiety when too many people or when I meet people in general, but I'm open to opening myself up to the right people. I've made a lot of changes in my life the last few months and I'm looking forward to advice, support, and tips. When I started this journey, I was 278 pounds and I'm down to 238. I haven't been under 200 pounds since I had my first son 19 years ago, though I've moved up and down on the scale many times since. Unfortunately, I've had uncontrolled moods throughout my life, and I am finally understanding what I've been doing wrong. Working out heals. Anyway, I'm over the past and I want to lose and shape and never go back. I'm living this life for good. Excited to learn and grow with the right advice and support. Well, welcome to the fam. Everyone say welcome. Welcome, Melinda. Excited to have you here. Of course, this is digitally, so you should not feel embarrassed to introduce yourself. This is not in person, so definitely put as much out as you can. And if you want advice, support, and tips, you have to give context. So definitely giving us these kinds of details and talking a little bit more about what you're trying to achieve. And if you have any questions with the programming, it's very important to ask questions because no one's going to necessarily reach out if we don't know that you need help or we don't know much about you. So thank you for introducing yourself, and make sure you follow up and post again if you have any questions. Obviously, if you're new to Swolenormous X, the 90-day dash program is probably the best place to start. That's where most people started when they joined. How many of you watching live members, how many of you started with the 90-day dash? That's the best place to start. It's an all levels program and it's the best foundation for all the other content. Even if you're advanced, it's the best place to start because you can still advance the program, but it's going to give you the patterning, so to speak, and the flow and the cadence that you can translate into all your other programs as you progress. So very important. Okay, we got one here from Simon. Simon says, hi, new to the group and realizing that 1 gallon is a lot of water. I thought I was drinking enough. Turns out, nope. Bring on the better lifestyle. I already go to the gym regularly and have a healthy mindset. Swole is going to level me up even more. Pumped. Hashtag GTTFG.
Hi, puppy.
Welcome to the fam, Simon. And if you've been listening to the podcast, I definitely recommend listening to this previous weekend's episodes. Yesterday was great. We did a lot about hydration yesterday, but also the weekend Swolosophy episodes. It's not just about the volume of water. It's about hydration, which means electrolytes too. So get yourself some Element or Redmond hydration. You need some sodium, potassium, magnesium. Make sure that you get that hydration because electrolytes are very important. And you don't have to drink tons and tons of water if you are properly hydrated. And this doesn't mean that you're not drinking lots of water. Of course, that's going to depend. Some people need more than some people need more water. And let's just talk about hydration because hydration is electrolytes with the water. Some people need more hydration than others. Like, for example, I sweat a lot. I'm also in Florida and I work out outside and I'm outside in the yard all the time and in the hot sun and it's humid as shit. So I'm sweating a lot. I'm losing a lot of water. And I also do the sauna almost every day. So I'm losing a lot of water. So I need to make sure I'm properly hydrated. And for me, that doesn't necessarily mean more liquid. It means more electrolytes with my liquid. So I don't have to drink 3 gallons of water a day. I just increase the electrolytes too. So good stuff. Welcome to the fam. All right, let's get one follow-up Swole fam post. What are you focusing on this week? We ask every Sunday, accountability post, what are you focusing on for the week? What's the number one thing and how are you going to do it? Nettie says, getting in more protein, being more consistent with my schedule. I've been slacking lately. Cue eye roll. It's okay, Papa, you can whoop me. I will.
Matt Damon.
Since nursing school has started, it's only been 3 weeks, and beforehand it was active rest days, 2 with 3 active heavy sessions. How do you have a non-active heavy session? So 2 rest days, 3 heavy sessions. I would like to get back to going consistently because I don't feel like shit when I'm consistent. Love you. Well, thank you for sharing. I would also make sure that your program reflects that. If you're busy with school and that type of thing, you might want to do a full body routine. So you might want to try Maximum Swole and either do an upper lower. But if you said you're trying to do 3 active heavy sessions and 2 active rest days, you can definitely make gains with 3 full body workouts in a week. And that's totally doable. And then you could do active recovery and you could do walking and stuff like that whenever you can. And if you're at school, maybe you have access to a sauna, you can really prioritize your health, prioritize your sleep, but do 3 full body workouts a week and really make some gains. Don't sleep on that full body split, fam. It really does work. It really does work. It's not for everyone, but it's very useful. It's really useful, especially if you are splitting your attention in a bunch of places. All right, let's get into a couple email responses. If you're not on the email list, go to makeemailswolligan.com. Those links are below. Do not be sleeping on that inbox. If you're bored opening your email and just get spam, let me stretch you out again. I'll make you feel rejuvenated. Get your email rejuvenation with Papa Swolio and the big old Canungus. Makeemailswolligan.com. I'll make your phone heavy again. You'll be like, whoa, why does my phone feel so heavy when I open up my email? It's because I'm sliding into those little, like the DM action, right? I'm sliding in there. When to increase your weights? Michelle responded to that email and says, what is your advice for someone with stomach issues that gets nauseated if they don't eat? I don't want to eat, but I get really sick if I don't. To laugh. Okay, stomach issues and gets nauseated if they don't eat. You don't want to eat, but you get sick if you don't. So you have to fucking eat. What the hell are we talking about here? You don't want... What's your advice with someone that gets nauseous if they don't eat? You don't want to eat, but you get sick if you don't eat. Then fucking eat. Figure out what works best for you. I don't even know what this is about. Are you talking about before you train? Make sure you're not eating protein and fat. You don't need protein and fat before you work out. Make it carbohydrates only. Have some fruit or something. Try different things. Jesus Christ. Have a tablespoon or two of honey or something like that and bring it in your bag to the gym. Raw honey. I don't care what you feel like. If you're going to be sick when you're training, then you need to eat something. Good Lord. The truth about cardio, Sarah responded to that email and says, I always feel the best when I lift heavy things. Cardio is good and all, but 9 times out of 10, I will pick lifting over doing cardio. I'm not sure that people think about the energy bandwidth your body has and what it needs to maintain lifting and doing a ton of cardio. It can be so exhausting and cause people to overtrain and they wonder what the fuck they did wrong. I don't think cardio is bad, but definitely needs to be considered within the bigger picture rather than just added in because someone wants to lose body fat. I could not agree more. In other words, what Sarah is referring to is the idea of cardio. And this has just been beaten. And this is kind of like demonizing fat and demonizing red meat and eggs for the past like 50 years, which is nonsense, been a bunch of lies. It's this idea. And this started in the 80s, as far as I'm aware, in terms of like the cardio and aerobic revolution, where women were going to classes and just wearing those spandex and leotards and just dancing around all the time. That doesn't work. It really doesn't. If you want to look like the people that do these dance classes, then do the dance classes. This is the easiest way I can explain it to you. Most of those people doing those classes are fat, or they're skinny fat, and they're soft. And if you're talking about the instructors that do these classes, I promise you, the instructors lift weights. A lot of these women that teach the classes, they go in there and they teach a few classes, but they lift fucking weights. How do I know? I've worked in so many gyms. I know what these instructors do. They lift heavy fucking weights and they go and teach a couple spin classes. Because that's where they get their cardio. They teach the classes, so they're doing all that and they lift weights. People have physiques because they lift weights. So people try to do all this cardio stuff, or they think that cardio is the answer, but they idolize the people that have the physiques from lifting heavy weights. So lift heavy weights. And I'm not saying cardio is bad, but it's the context. Does that negatively affect? Are you making progress with your lifting? Sure. Then add in different types of cardio. But you don't need tons of long, slow duration cardio. You're better off doing high intensity interval, shorter time frames. Like 10 minutes of cardio, but you're doing 30 seconds on, a minute and a half, 2 minutes relaxed. You're doing 4 or 5 cycles of high intensity zone 2 or zone 3 cardio. But that's also very exhausting. So this is what Sarah's talking about. And absolutely. So we discussed it, I think over the weekend too, but in the roundtable, when you hear people say cardio kills gains, it doesn't kill gains, but it can, because people do too much of it. So if you're eating into your recovery and you're fatiguing yourself, it's going to negatively affect your body's ability to build muscle. It's a different adaptation and you're going to fatigue yourself. So what are your goals? What are your goals? And if people want to build muscle and lose fat, it's the weights and your nutrition. It's not the cardio. So it doesn't mean that's bad. I do sauna, and sauna is a great way to get cardio mimicking benefits. So if you want to do something for your heart And to decrease all-cause mortality, which is the reason why people do cardio, like, I want to be healthy, I want to be heart healthy. Go in the fucking sauna at 200 degrees for 25 minutes. Good luck with that. Your heart rate's through the roof. You're out of breath. You're dripping, but you're also not exhausting yourself in the same capacity. I can do the sauna several times a week. I can't do cardio to get at that intensity. I can't do cardio to get to that level as often as I do the sauna in combined with my weight training and not burn myself out. Does that make sense? So I agree with this. Absolutely. She's absolutely right about that. Okay, let's move on. If you want to call into the show, you could also go to askpapaswolio.com. Again, underused. I'm literally free, 100% free. You want to call in and ask me a question and record a message and we'll feature you on the show. Hey, I'm not going to push it too much more. You don't want to do it? That's cool. But askpapaswolio.com. You're able to call into the show 24 hours a day, 365. It's free. I could charge for it. Maybe I should charge, $50 for you to submit a question like that. Maybe people would do it more because they think it's a scam or something. I don't know. Call in. Let's get into some questions. Knowledge cock time. Here. All right, ask your question in the comments. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. I want to get into a couple more follow-ups. So if you have live questions, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. After I sent the text message on Saturday to a few of you that responded, I sent another message asking, ask me a question about anything. Hope I can help. So for a few of you, you responded again. So I want to answer some of those priority, and then we'll get into some live questions. If you have them, we'll get into some Instagram questions at the end. So I'll put this in the corner. Mike is asking, what is the optimal meal schedule for intense training while trying to maintain energy throughout the day? 3 meals, 5 meals. I can't seem to find the right balance. Keep playing around with it. There's no optimal meal schedule. You need to get your calories and your protein overall. So you have to start thinking about your consumption over the course of a week rather than every single day. So your timing and your nutrient timing and when you eat has to be based around your schedule and how you feel best. So if you're eating too many meals, you might feel bogged down. Or if you're eating 1 or 2 meals, you might feel too heavy, take you too long to digest. You don't sleep as well. You have to really figure this out for yourself. There's no optimal meal schedule. As long as you're getting in all your protein and you're able to perform highly, it's really up to you to figure that out and to test it out. Ricky is asking, Papa Swolio, how can I maximize my efforts for the most gains and shorter gym times? I'm 43 with 3 kids that have 16-year age gap. Wow. All right. Wow. So I am a little busy most of the time. And then there is the ever-growing honey-do list, LOL. Well, communicating with your wife, making sure that both of you are getting a chance to exercise and to lift weights. She should be doing it too. And she needs to understand that the communication has to be there, has to be understanding that investing, this is not you taking time away from your kids. This is adding years to you being with your kids. It's adding years to being with your children. So it's never spending time or wasting time or taking time away from your family. It's doing the opposite. It's adding time for your family. So that has to be openly communicated, and both need to understand that. Maximizing your effort, maximum swole, baby. So if you want to make gains in shorter gym times, again, it's not about the length of time in the gym, it's what you do in the gym. So you can do full body. You could do full body 3 days a week or 4 days a week, depending on what you do each day. And full body 3 days a week is plenty, but you could also do upper lower 4 days a week, and you can really segment it down. You don't have to do a lot of volume. So maximum swole, the principles behind maximum swole, it's not about how much you do, it's about progressive overload and minimizing the volume so you can minimize the fatigue, raising the intent, maximizing the intensity, minimizing the volume as much as possible. Some people might need a little bit more volume than others. Some exercises might require a little bit more volume than others. Everyone's different, but it is something that focuses on minimizing the fatigue, which means cutting off all the fat in the sense, you don't want to cut off the fat of a steak. That's awful. You don't want to do that. Best part of a ribeye, you don't cut that off, but it cuts off all the junk volume. So you're not wasting energy and time. So I would jump on maximum swole. If you have any other questions, feel free to follow up. All right, let's see. We'll take live questions and we'll also take some more. Miss Texas Fit says this weekend's episode really blew my mind as far as perspective on excuses and feelings. Feelings don't matter. Just do it. Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't mean that you ignore your feelings, but remember, your feelings don't reflect reality. They reflect the story you tell yourself. So that's something to focus on and to consider. And don't think so much. You have something to do it. Check it off the list and get it done. You're going to feel so much better. How many times do you all watching and listening go to the gym or start training and you don't feel like doing it? You feel kind of drained. You start training, you start executing, and then you feel awesome once you start. And afterwards, you feel great. So usually that's just a temporary thing. It's that voice in the back of your head or that fog that, oh, it's easier. Look, if you're not in motion, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. You have to get yourself moving. If you're not currently training, your body is like, no, we're good the way we are. We're good right now. We're good. I'm good sitting in this chair. No, it's time to train. I have that feeling. It's kind of raining and wet outside. Today is leg day. I don't really know if I want to feel like doing, but it's on the schedule. Either it's time to train legs today and to increase the reps and get it done, or my programming sucks and I'm not recovered enough, so something has to change. Well, no, my programming's doing great. I feel great. I feel great programming wise. I'm making progress and everything's going up. So stop being a bitch and train. Okay. Let's see. Telegram. Nick, Papa Swole, I'm supposed to start week 11 of the 90-day dash this week. I ate shit on Friday night and have a gnarly bit of road rash in my right arm. It's still super fresh, pretty much covers 45% of my forearm. All the research I've done and people I've asked have strongly recommended I heal before continuing my routine. Thoughts? I mean, oh, you ate shit. We answered this question. You said you ate shit. I thought you meant you ate garbage. You mean you ate shit like you took a spill on your Too Swift? I don't know what a Too Swift is. Is that a... All right. I didn't... I think when I read that question or something, I don't know what a Too Swift is. Is that like a two-wheeler? Like one of those things you stand on? I don't know what that... I've never stood on... I would never ride one of those things. That's insane. Is that what you're talking about? I think I took that as you ate shit, like you ate garbage food. So you ate shit, meaning you took a spill. It's an electric board. Got it. Yeah, so disregard whatever I talked about in the previous episode. I think I was going off on like you eating crap with nutrition. So, all the research I've done, you have 45% of your forearm. It's all banged up. Friday night, today's Tuesday. It's up to you. It's up to you. Obviously, it's not a good idea to strain yourself and to maybe aggravate things. Doesn't mean you can't do legs, but your body is under a lot of stress trying to heal if it's really banged up. Look, I severely sprained my ankle in college and I had an air cast on. It was like a 2nd-degree sprain. It was bad. I was in there in crutches doing fucking curls and shit. So I'm not here telling you what you can or can't do. It's not medical advice, but use your best judgment. Don't be an idiot. You need to make sure you're healing properly, but you could be doing some mobility and some yoga or some lower body. I don't know what week 11 in the 90-day dash, that's Swole section. I know. I mean, you want to make sure you're taking care of that primarily. Just remember, you're not going to make it worse by taking more time. But it doesn't mean you should be doing nothing for your lower body. You could still be doing some mobility stuff or some Swollen 7 that doesn't put a lot of stress. And I'm not sure what, I mean, you said road rash. It's always different. I don't know how much pain it causes you. Don't forget, most people are pussies too. So people you've asked, anyone you ask or any doctor, oh, take 3 weeks off or 4 weeks off. I'm not saying you shouldn't. You send me a picture. Not medical advice, but I'd be training. But here's the thing. If you have damaged skin and again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not sure if that would inhibit healing or if the blood flow there. I mean, you always have blood flow in your arms. Depends on what you're doing, I would say, with the exercises. Make sure you're putting on like the balms and the ointments and stuff. It's leaking a lot. Yeah, well, you definitely don't go to the gym if your wounds are leaking. That's gross for other people. But I would just do some yoga, do some mobility and stuff at home. This is what we talked about. I'll leave that there. This is what we talked about on the round table. So use this as a lesson, to wear sleeves and to wear like a guard in the future, but also use this as an opportunity to focus on mobility. Use this as an opportunity to focus on areas that you've been neglecting because there's a lot of stuff that you can do. By the way, here's the Tainty Boy, but also it's unfortunate, but Tessie went woke. The Falcon has not been paying attention. I'm going to keep on blaming you because it's your fucking girlfriend. It's your fault. You need to be a stronger Falcon. So I guess she went on a girls trip, got the hair dyed, got a septum piercing. So I don't know what's going on, but maybe we can turn the ship around. Tessie's a little bit, got the septum piercing, which is fucking god awful. Anyway, it's awful. Hashtag swole season all the same. And Falcon maybe will get his shit together. All right. Hashtag swole season. We'll get you, Tessie. This Falcon's, what a little bitch. American Bandit, 93. Papa Swolio, I'm in school to be a fitness coach. There's a school for that? And also one day to have a fitness podcast. Well, there you go. What is your advice to gain clients and to get my podcast off the ground and gain viewers? Love the cuts off, but well, thank you. Well, I mean, you don't need any prerequisites to have a podcast. You'll hear a lot of people say, there's a lot of people that say, we need to make podcasting equipment more expensive. It's because so many people have a podcast. And I forget what the stats are, but what are the stats with the podcast? That 98% or 4 million, most of them they don't do more than a couple episodes. So it doesn't take any money. You could do it from your phone. You could have a podcast right now. What you could do is have a podcast where you document just audio. You can just document your day and your journey becoming a fitness professional. That'd be a cool podcast because it could always translate into having guests on or translate into doing certain topics as you learn more about it. But it could just be as like a video, like an audio vlog in the meantime, because then you'll get followers of people that maybe are interested in becoming a fitness professional and give you some insights and you can share your experience. And plus it's kind of like a little diary in a sense. You can look back in the future. I don't do the same type of vlogging that I used to, but it's nice because I still have that stuff online, the old school content. So it's cool to be able to look back at some of those videos and the content that is archived. Because a lot of times people don't have the behind the scenes from the beginning. So there's a lot of content that I've never posted. There's so much shit. I have like 7 hard drives in the closet of just content. There's a lot of stuff online and stuff. Anyway, what's my advice to gain clients? Well, you mean fitness professional, fitness coach? You mean a personal trainer? Shadow personal trainer, see what successful personal trainers do. Understand that to be a successful personal trainer, it's not about the education you have. It's not about the skills that you have, unfortunately. It's about your ability to be personable. It's about your business savvy because it's a business. You're starting a business. You have to advertise. You have to have a way to intake clients and intake client form. You have to have ways to take payments. You have to have ways, proper scheduling or where people can find you, have reach. You can advertise on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and different places like that. But what I would recommend is, especially if you're doing something at a local gym or studio where you're renting out space, make sure that you are looking into marketing and running ads, but locally to that area. So you can run ads based on income level. You could run ads based on, tags, pages people follow, this, that, and the other, but you can run ads for like a 5, 10, or 15 mile area radius, depending on where you are. If you're in a city, 15 miles is too long, but you can run ads based on a specific region. And then a great way to bring people in for example, is having a product that people can engage with and learn more about you, like an ebook. We have the 7 pillars. A lot of you have downloaded the 7 pillars, or you've seen ads, or you download it from my bio. You put in your email, you get emails, you get connection, and we're able to contact you and follow up. And you have warmer leads of people that might be interested in doing business with you, but you can also promote that locally. So it really depends on what kind of region you're doing and what kind of fitness coach is kind of vague. So I'm assuming you mean personal trainer. But just to keep in mind that having a podcast takes a long time, especially now, where anytime you see that there's a lot of people, it doesn't mean that it's harder to grow. It just means that there's a white space somewhere and you have to find that spot. And it takes a long time to get good at it. You have to practice. This podcast is better every day, and it's become something different, and it evolves because I get more and more. I've gotten more and more in tune and skilled at doing video and doing audio and having a podcast, and it's changed over time. So practice will get you better at that. But of course, starting a fitness podcast, if you're not yet a professional, you might be like, well, I don't feel confident enough talking about this stuff, which makes sense. You shouldn't. But you can also have a podcast where you discuss what you're learning and what you're doing and how the process of becoming a fitness professional. That's also good content. So it depends on how you frame it. And then you can get people that are in that field or that niche. So you don't have to do anything that any other people are doing. You don't have to copy anyone else. If you're trying to be like Joe Rogan, then that's big competition. People are just going to, not that you can't have a podcast where you interview someone, but if you do your own thing in your own way, there's no competition. You're forging your own path. And this is what I've chosen to do rather than do what most other people try to do, which seems kind of boring to me. Long term, it doesn't excite me. So you got to do things your way. But most people don't realize you can have a podcast and just do it on your phone. You don't need fancy editing. You just need to find ways to communicate with people. Some people like to do it with podcasts. Some people like to do it with pictures, Twitter, X, YouTube. And the reason why I have all those platforms is because they've all been popular at different times. And I have one that will pop off and then it's dead. And then YouTube was great for a while. And now it's like dead in the water and I'm super restricted. TikTok was great for a while. And then, my reach and I get suppressed. And Instagram was great for a while and then it's suppressed. And now Facebook is doing well. So it goes back and forth. But that's why you do everything and see what you're good at and see what works. And then keep on plugging on. All right, good question. Miss Texas Fit, my dad is 74 and will be on a catheter forever. What would be the best approach to get in shape since he can't move well? I don't really think I can give you good advice on that one. He's on a catheter. What's his best approach? I don't know what his restrictions are. Chair yoga. We have chair yoga in Swolenormous X. If he can sit down, he could do chair yoga. If he can't move well, then I would say yoga and regress it as much as you need to for him to be able to do it. But we have chair yoga for that reason, so I guess I do have an answer for you. Cerny says, I don't know if this is true, but I heard Elon Musk is talking about buying YouTube. There's no fucking way. There's no way. There's no way the machine would let him buy YouTube. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I haven't heard that at all. I don't think that's possible. YouTube loses money, but they make money with ads. I mean, Google confront a lot of things at a loss. He just launched his X app for TV. So I think what's coming next is, which I'm really looking forward to, him creating, I'm sure he's doing it, an X phone. He really needs to create his X phone because if he has Starlink and his own phone, I mean, you have a completely different economy already. I would get that thing in 2 seconds. I'd get rid of this fucking iPhone and shit right away. X phone would be great because now he has the communication network. He has the satellites. And I'm thinking of even just getting Starlink just to have it because I don't trust Comcast and all these other companies. I trust Elon as much as you can trust anyone. And the reason why people say, well, he's a billionaire and, he's out for his own interests. Exactly. He's interested in free speech, but yes, people don't understand that you want to support people that are out for their own personal interests and doing things passionately in his own best. I want that because his best, but if your interests and what benefits me is going to align with his interests, that's great. I want that. That's good stuff. That's the good stuff. Melissa, thank you, Papa. I feel I am ready to go up another size of the steel club. That's what she said. I can handle the 5-pound club, doing swollen 7s pretty well. I was thinking about going to a 7-pound club. Not sure if 10 pounds will be too much yet or both. Well, if they have I didn't know they had a 7-pound steel club. If they do, that would be the next step if you're around 5 pounds. And Melissa, if you can, get the 5 and then get the 10. Because you might be like, wow, that 10's heavier than I thought. I would make sure that you're doing the 7. Start with the 7. Don't go to the 10 straight. But you might want to get both because then you have something to work up to. But yeah. Leslie says, I love our Starlink. We live in nowhere, Alabama, and have great high-speed internet. That's the thing. I live in Florida, so I feel like it wouldn't be as fast because of the concentration of people. But if the internet goes down or if something happens and I have power, I have a generator, I can still get internet and hook it up to the satellite. I almost feel like it's a good backup. It's like, what, $100 a month? On top of the $3 or $4.99. It's like, not sure I want to, but I feel like it's a good investment. Plus, I want to support Elon, and it'd be nice to have one in case something happens. Anyway. But yeah, go to a 7 before you go to a 10 if that's an option. I didn't know there's 7-pound steel clubs. That's cool. Michelle says, listen to an episode this morning during my yoga session. Quote, start treating this shit like an addiction and you'll think about it differently. Yep. I'm telling you, if you start thinking about everyone that has issues with food, you have to think about the food the way it is a drug addiction, because it is. You have to treat it like a drug addiction. Stop thinking, well, I have cravings. That is withdrawal. I'm telling you, think about that. I mean, I love having steak, but I don't get cravings like, oh my God, I'm craving kefir. Oh my God, I'm craving a steak. I'm hungry and I'm going to have a steak. Or I'm hungry and I want eggs. I don't crave eggs. Does anyone crave eggs? Not really. You might want eggs, but it's hungry. You're hungry and you want to eat your food. A craving is this impulse like, oh my God, you have that. I need to have that. You smell the ultra processed dough from like a Pizza Hut or something or McDonald's. That's withdrawal. That's like a cigarette smoker that's trying to quit and gets a whiff of like a Newport or something. So that's an addiction. So think about that as withdrawal. Think about that as withdrawal because that's what it is. All right. Last question here. And then I think we'll move on to balls deep because we did a bunch of these rather than Instagram. Because Instagram stuff is it's really short, and I want to prioritize the Swole text. I really would like to do more of the Swole text questions during the week, but I want to make sure that, we have enough content for the weekend stuff. If I'm always answering stuff during the week, but I like the live questions, but make sure you plug in. And when you're a member in Swole Text, this is where we're getting all these questions from. I reach out all the time asking like, hey, do you have any questions for me? And then we feature them on the content. So it's great. And it's anonymous too, just like your first name. Daniel, Papa Swolio, recently got a wood-fired sauna. Ooh, fancy man. And trying to get at least 45 minutes to an hour a week in it. Often Sundays I have the most time, so I'll do 15 minutes sauna and then 3 to 6 cold plunge back and forth for 3 cycles. Does doing all sauna in one day have the same health benefits as breaking it up through the week? No. You want to do it regularly. Yeah, you can't front load that. It's not like, hey, I do an hour of sauna. That's good for the week. You really don't need to do, you don't really want to do. I don't think the benefits extend past like 20 or 25 minutes. So, I mean, that's cool. You can still do the cycling. You can still do the back and forth. There's nothing wrong with that, but you definitely want to do it, a few times a week if you can. The more often, the more the better. That's the thing. If you do it twice a week, they showed benefits. You do 3 sessions, you got increased benefits. 4 sessions a week, you got even more benefits. So it's not like you do it 4 times. It's too much sauna during the week. No. The more you're doing it, those studies show that it decreases all-cause mortality even more. I think it's like up to like 4 or 5 times a week, 15 or 20 to 25 minutes. So I get it as hot. I get it like at least 190 plus. Sometimes it's so hot, I'm like, I got to open the door a little bit. This is too fucking hot. But I go as hot as I can take it. So there's the answer to your question. You definitely want to, you can do that on one day, but you definitely want to do it more frequently. One day is not like going to get it all. So when you hear people say, oh, you should get about 11 to 15 minutes of cold per week, that doesn't mean 15 minutes on one day. You want to do like 2 or 3 minutes a few times a week or something like that. Cool. And some of you are sharing club pictures and stuff in the comment. And if you get steel clubs, look, everything matters when it comes to a club. Sometimes steel clubs, I don't know anything about that product that you're showing me, but if the handle is too heavy, it'll swing weird. The length, the thickness of the handle, how long the actual club is. If it's longer, it's going to be much heavier for the weight. So a longer 5-pound club is going to have more torque. So it's a much different swing than if it's shorter. So it's not the same thing. 5 pounds is not 5 pounds, is not 5 pounds. Depends on the girth of the handle, the girth, but the length of the club. That's why a lot of the clubs I have that are wood, they might be 3 or 4 pounds, but they're longer. It's a whole different swing. There's a lot more torque. And the more torque you have, in my experience, the more higher risk of an injury. It's not so much the weight, the torque makes a bigger difference. So with a club that's like more compact, you have like a tight circle. With a lighter club, you have a big looping circle. So if you progress that too far, you can really fuck your joint up. Just 1 second. You're welcome, Melissa. Well, I have so many different clubs. So I have a lot of wood clubs. And the thing is, the wood clubs, obviously wood is less dense than metal. So if you get a 5-pound club on Amazon, steel club, it's going to be like a tiny little skinny club, but it's 5 pounds. But if you get a wood club that's 5 pounds, like I have a wood club, I have like some Persian meal. They're like this big. It's 5 pounds, but it's like this big because it's wood. It's still 5 pounds, but it's a bigger swing in the size. And some of them that I have, like the grip is really thick. So it's a lighter club, but my hand would ache more at the end because it's harder to grip. So I'm starting to get back into the club swing a little bit, at least for videos, because look, like I always say, you got to pick something to adapt to. I'm doing hypertrophy training. I'm focusing on maximum swole. So doing a ton of club swinging just isn't in the cards, but I swing every time, at least every time before I do it. So I'm trying to swing more while I'm filming my videos like I used to. That way I'm getting some more club swinging in, and I get to use some of my clubs because a lot of them are sitting there and I'm like, I got to oil them, and I don't know. I miss them. They're nice, but I just can't go I just can't go and do the real heavy ones unless I actually practice, because that's how you get hurt, is you just jump too heavy too quick. But of course my technique is still better than it was. So you go too heavy when you're new, your tendons and ligaments aren't ready and your technique isn't perfected. So you can't make the jump as easily. But I have so many different clubs. I have fucking big metal hammers. This one guy go to the fucking gym and pop a swolio on a big Thor hammer that I have. I have like 2 big Thor hammers. I have this metal gear. I have really cool clubs. So I'm going to start using those in some videos, and people are like, what the fuck is that? Like, one of the clubs I have is literally like a wood chipper gear that, you know, you fuck up swinging that. It's dulled, so it's not going to cut my leg, but you fuck up, you'll take something off. Like, you can't fuck around with that. It just looks awesome. Positive Charisma says, yay, Rumble app, let me chat again. What do you think? Should I put Positive Charisma in the corner? Should I ban PK for 5 minutes? Because I could like mute it for 5 minutes. Let's go, Paul Steve. I got it back. Boom. Says who? That's deep. All right, let's keep. Who's ready? By the way, we got awesome new releases, fam. I cannot tell you enough. I think we moved these around. Let me move these around. Yeah, we moved around. That's awesome. People, we got one more day. Ends at midnight tonight, 20% off. Look at that. Swoleverine and Deadlift. Swoleverine and Deadlift. Look, come on. Look at these new releases. People don't release merch. How often do people normally release merch? Look, all right, I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to tweet my own horn here. Okay? The level of output, and I guess is not like a non-humble brag, but I have to back off a little bit because some people sell merch and they do this different stuff. But every single week, and I just look at the quality of designs, it's not just because it's our designs. They're just fucking awesome. It's every week. We release new merch like it's just content. We release new merch like it's a fucking real. And I see these videos online where people like Gary Vee, they're talking to someone, they're like, I'm nervous to make content. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. We put out new shirts every week. We put the completely new designs every week, and it's like 5 or 6 reels a day on like 8 different platforms. Just do it. Just do it, and you get better at it. I don't know. It's fucking awesome. Look at this shit. Swoleverine, the Deadpool deadlift, the GTT. That's the GTTFG Cybertruck. How awesome would that look on the tote bags? I can't wait till my hats come in. That's gonna look dope. The Go the Fucking Gym Taylor Swift, Optimus Pump. Loose crop tops. We got the tote bags, bull milk, shut the fuck up and go to the fucking gym. Big bicep theory. We got the featured ones, best sellers, LGBTQ, the lats, glutes, biceps, triceps, and quads. I'm a barbell girl. Super Swole Bros, Gaindolf, you shall not fast. Fuck your pumpkin spice. Already the Swoleverine and the deadlift are best sellers. In the last week or two, because they're just brand new. Depth Vader, goated Depth Vader is one of them. Depth Vader is one of those designs. There's only like 1 or 2 designs that make me laugh every single time I see it. They're awesome. I don't know why Back to the Fucking Gym isn't on there. Oh, it is. The ones that make me laugh every time, Depth Vader makes me laugh every time, and Forrest Pump makes me laugh. I don't know what it is about those 2 designs, but I just crack up every time I see him. Like, Forrest Pump sitting there on the bench flexing. It's fucking great. Depth Vader just cracks me up. One of my favorite designs is Back to the Fucking Gym. Anyway, check it out. Super awesome. The Rick and Morty. We got a bunch. Pumpkinhead Go to the Fucking Gym. I wore. That's awesome. Best merch in the game. That's why I say best merch in the game. It's like, fight me on that. Fight me, bro. Fight me on that. Fight me on the best. It is. It's just the best merch in the game. What are you going to do about it? What you can do about it, son? Pick a number 1, 2, or 3. Pick a number 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. And if you haven't yet.
Matt Damon.
No, not Matt Damon. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
If you have not yet, hit the thumbs up button on Rumble, exit out of the chat, and hit the thumbs up button. Also, people, I am calling all of you, if you're listening to the show, even if you watch every day on Rumble, and if you watch on YouTube, and I don't know, take a moment, make sure you subscribe to the show on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, but I prefer Spotify. I think Spotify is better than Apple Podcasts. I use Spotify. I don't know what you guys use. I know a lot of people use Apple Podcasts if you have an iPhone. I personally just think Spotify is a better app because you can watch the video too. So you could watch the video. Nick, send us an email. It could depend on, I don't know. That doesn't make sense. So send us an email on the site. hold on a second. So what was I going to say? Oh, make sure you leave a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. So you might watch the show on Rumble, but if you are subscribed on Spotify, make sure you do that. Leave a 5-star review. It helps tremendously. On Apple Podcasts, you can actually write the review as well. But even if you listen on both, you have both apps, leave a review on both. It helps tremendously. And that's equally important. You know, if we get flagged on YouTube and we're not on YouTube anymore, you can still catch it on Rumble. If something happens to Rumble, we're still going to be streaming. I'll stream right to the website. I'll email everyone the RSS feed and you can manually put it in. We're still going to do the podcast. So just make sure that you leave a 5-star review because it helps these apps show it to more people. And also it's great feedback. You love the show, leave a 5-star review and it helps tremendously. So take a moment right now and do that on your podcast app of choice, Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Thank you for leaving a review. Okay, what do we got? Cerny number 2. Let's go with the go. That's called Reminder. Ooh, my God, please. I don't need that reminder. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Reminder, everyone. Pay attention. Pay attention.
Hey there, I just want to remind you because it's super easy to forget, especially considering a lot of the misinformation that's on the internet about this. But calories in, calories out is the basis to determine your weight. There are a number of factors such as your socioeconomic status,
of course,
your race, your gender, your genetics.
Most of that stuff is just a cope. It's bullshit. Your race, your gender, like, look, it's your output. It's literally what you do, your lifestyle habits. Some people are going to have certain things easier than others regardless, but it's your habits. Okay. Your habits suck. So coming from someone who's morbidly obese that's saying this stuff, you got to take that with a Big Mac, not a grain of salt. Take it with a Big Mac.
That contribute to how much you move and how much you eat.
Your socioeconomic status determines how much you move. Yeah, right. Okay.
Cannot create energy out of nothing, and energy is neither created nor destroyed.
Okay, Einstein.
So, with that in mind, someone who moves more but eats less will have a smaller body or less fat because fat is energy. They would have
fat's not energy, but okay. It's not. I guess that's not what fat is. It's not is energy. Energy substrate, it depends on what form it's in.
Less fat than someone who moves less and eats more. This has nothing to do with anyone's moral balance, who they are as a person.
Moral balance.
Like that.
Moral balance. Moral balance. Look, there's objectively good foods and there's bad foods. So anyone that's, I don't like that approach. Well, there's no good or bad foods. Okay, fine. You can play the semantics. It just is. No, there's some foods that are great and some foods that are literally poisonous industrial waste dog shit. I would consider that bad or evil or fake or not good.
It is just very objective, basic science.
Coming from the person
and I don't want to hear it
explain
in the comments of, well, you didn't consider how someone's genetics would contribute to whether or not they are a certain size or whatnot. That's not the only determiner. The amount of calories you consume and the amount of calories you expend also contribute to your size.
And guess what? Estrogenics, the quality of the foods also, and your other lifestyle habits also do that. There are a lot of factors why people are fat.
Because it is the basis.
Oh,
but
what is happening?
It does contribute to how much fat you have and how much you weigh.
By the way, do not take any kind of nutrition or fitness or health advice from someone who looks like that. I'm just saying, not her face, but like what we can see of the rest is not good evidence.
I'm really tired of seeing this in my comments. It is
Turn 'em
just
off.
factually incorrect that calories in, calories out is just like something we just should not consider because it doesn't matter.
Oh, fuck
it
this
does
shit.
matter. And so do all of these other things. So,
I'm done.
have a balanced view about.
Okay. Stone Fit on YouTube is just raging in the comments. Raging out of the comments. Are we still talking about calories in, calories out? It's fucking almost 2025. Look, we all agree, even Stone will agree, it matters, right? Food has energy, calories, because people don't understand what calories are. They're like, oh, it's a calorie. A calorie is a calorie is a calorie. Look, a calorie is the amount of energy required to raise 1 gram of water 1 degree centigrade. Yeah, it's not supposed to make sense. It's fucking physics. Who cares? So you cannot tell me that all calories are created equal either. So we talk about the problem is the calories in, calories out crowd really just discuss all calories as if they're all the same. This is from a donut. This is from a steak. They're nowhere close to the fucking same. So if you want to solve your nutrition, focus on what you're eating and forget the calorie counting. I'm telling you, you want to change your life, forget how much you're eating. Get off the fucking scale. Stop measuring everything. Just eat as much steak or ground beef as you can, and that's all you're eating. Just eat that. Eat ground beef and whole eggs and stuff your face. Well, I'm full. I can't eat anymore. Exactly. And then eat again tomorrow. Are you hungry? No, I don't want anything. Cool, then don't eat. Oh, I'm hungry now. Eat as much ground beef and eggs as you want. Oh, I can only have a little bit. Good. Then don't eat more than that. And then the next day. People need more consistent food. Throughout entirety of humanity, we didn't have like, oh, I can eat anything I want at any time from anywhere in the world. It's always this constant novelty. That's why your taste bud, you're just able to like mind fuck yourself with different things every 2 seconds. So it's like, oh, this is new. I'm full, but this is new. Oh, I'm full, but this taste is different. Oh, I'm full, but this taste is different. If you eat the same shit over and over again, it's not boring, but you're eating nutrient dense food. I'm hungry. Let me eat. I'm full. Last night I had some pickles, cheese, and a big fucking ribeye steak. I ate, and when I was done, I didn't want any more food. I was done. I was just full. I ate the steak. I had some cheese. I had a couple pickles. I'm fucking full. I'm going to get fat. Not from that. So, you're going to get that kind of, quote, boredom, but it's not about being excited. You're not supposed to get entertainment by what you're eating. It's supposed to taste good and nutritious and delicious, and you eat it and then you're full and you do other things. If you're getting your entertainment from what you put in your mouth, you have a boring life. You need to do more exciting shit. You need to find some fucking hobbies. Find some skills to learn because you're just trying to fuck your brain with different tastes. It's nonsense. It's stupid. But food is art. Oh, shut up. No, just shut the fuck up. Food is art. Artistic. Oh, just fucking put it in your mouth. Jesus, people are weird. Good rant. Let's go.
Hadouken! Emotional damage.
All right, let's do this one. BMI and income. Holy shit. Jump scare.
Those of you who don't think thin privilege is real, this is
I
for
feel like
you.
you did this one already.
I just watched a video. I will tag her below, who is an economics professor and did a chart correlating BMI with income.
Do the same thing with crimes and violence and gun violence.
And the findings are not surprising. The lower the BMI, the higher the income. There's an
no shit.
Inverse correlation between the two. What's really interesting
correlation.
About this is that the desire to be thin or be small doesn't just come from diet culture. It doesn't just come from parents or a comment from a friend at school. There is a real survival need to be quote unquote thin.
Yeah, it is shown that people that have higher education and higher paying jobs are more successful, live longer. They're probably in many cases less stressed. They are in different environments. They take care of themselves in a different manner. They might have the disposable income to go to a gym or the time or whatever to get a babysitter and this, that, and the other. It doesn't mean that you can't make better choices. I mean, people do move up. This is one of the few societies. I don't know if you guys know this. It's one of the few societies in the world where you're able to move up the social and like the social ladder. You go to India, there's a caste system. Like you can't just change your standings. You can't just become royalty. So in the United States, you can do that. I'm not saying it's easy, but millions of people have done it. I didn't have a lot of money. Now I have some more money. You know, I mean, you can move up in the world. You can move up and you can create wealth, and you have the ability to do that. A lot of people don't. And I'm not saying there isn't income or like economic disparity in this country. There absolutely is. There always will be. And there's, it depends. Like what we need to do is, decrease that, but not by not by restricting capitalism. So what people don't understand, what the socialists and the communists don't understand is, or they actively go against, is when you have more wealth, when you have people that are able to create businesses and build more wealth, it brings up everything. You still have some of the poorest people in the country that have air conditioning, that have running water, that have things that people throughout history never had before. So as a country, as we all get more successful, it benefits everyone. This is why it's important to not inflate the currency and debase the currency and destroy the middle class. That's what we're trying to do. It doesn't mean there aren't going to be people that are more successful. Some people are more driven. They're more intelligent. They're just better business people. That's fine. But destroying the middle class is the problem. The middle class becomes the lower class when you inflate the currency, you just print money and you raise taxes and you destroy businesses and you raise property, you inflate property values. It's inflated property value. So this is what's been happening is you have companies like BlackRock and State Street and these major corporations and, money managers acquire all these houses because they're at values that people can't pay for. And this is the misconception. Oh, my house. Yeah, but houses are a good investment. I bought my house at 300,000 and now it's at 600, but it's not worth 600. People think try selling it and people aren't going to buy it. Why? Because interest rates are too high, because it's not worth 600,000. So who's going to buy it? It's going to be some major company that's going to rent it out or something like that. Or someone that has like 50 houses and they can afford that. But the problem is, relatively speaking, it's not keeping up with the price of inflation. So your house might say, wow, it's double the value. Not really, because it costs twice as much for everything around you. So it's all relative. Your buying power has stayed the same. So it's actually not a good investment. So there's a lot of misconceptions around what assets. Oh, the stock market's going up dramatically, but your buying power isn't. Stock can double. It doesn't mean you have more money. It doesn't mean you have more wealth if it's not keeping up with the increase in inflation. And inflation just means an increase in money supply. So every time they send money and print money and send it to Ukraine and send it to fucking Israel or send it, or, hey, we just sent another $100 million to this, that, and the other. That's robbery. That steals from every single person in this country. It steals from every one of you. It's robbery. So every time they raise taxes, every time they print money for some bullshit thing, it steals from you. Everything just got more expensive from you. That's why I take it personally, and you should take it personally, every time they print and they send all this money to these overseas fucking wars that are a waste of fucking time and resources. So they're stealing from you, your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. That's why Bitcoin's the answer. You want to invest in an asset that is non-inflatable. You cannot create more. And there's nothing like it in the world. Everything else you can create more houses. You can't create more land, but there's so much land. There's so much fucking land for houses. People just don't want to live there. People don't want to live in bumblefuck Iowa or Nebraska or Montana. There's tons of land. There's so much fucking land. There's so much land. People just don't want to live in some of those places. Okay, well, there's more land. You could build more houses. Why do you think there's so many restrictions on building more houses? So they can limit the supply and artificially keep the prices high. Same thing with diamonds, right? Diamonds are lab grown now. They're always restricted. They have vaults of diamonds, and they would just restrict how much is on the market. So they artificially keep the market high. Same thing with gold. Well, gold's a good investment. I'm just ranting right now. Gold's a great investment. Okay, until they mine more. Gold's not limited. There's tons of gold mines. If gold price goes up tremendously, they turn on the mines, but they have to be careful. They mine too much. Guess what? Inflation, and the price of gold goes down. Wait till they can mine an asteroid. Asteroids have tons of gold and precious metals. If you're able to go up there and mine on asteroid, that's tons of inflation. All of a sudden you have so much gold, it's not worth as much. This is what happened with the natives, right? When Europeans would land in Africa or Native Americans, and they used seashells as a currency. And the Europeans were like, look, they like seashells. Like, okay, and they go to the ocean, they scrape the floor, and they just get tons of seashells. They come in, they buy up all the stuff, and now it's worthless because there's so many seashells. or stone circles or wheels or whatever it is. Anyway, just raging. 7 seconds.
Because our society puts a premium on thinness and pays people more as a result. This is thin privilege.
Okay. Jesus Christ. I can't help these stupid people.
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Anyone that says thin privilege should be slapped in the tits. Thin privilege, all these things are not a thing. That's just victim mentality. It's Marxist. It's victimhood. That's all it is. It's thin privilege, and there's, I don't know, what else is it? White privilege, thin privilege, is anything that they don't have, anything that they can point and be like, look, that's an other. Look, that's a bad person. It's their fault. They're not taking responsibility. It's your responsibility to do better for yourself, eat healthy, lift weights. It's not complicated. Oh, what about my calories and how much I do here? And oh my God, lift weights, eat meat and eggs, like eat healthy food. And that's it. You don't have to try to justify being fat if you just lift fucking weights and eat some animal protein. But most of these influencers just want to stay fat because that's, they have an entire audience of pussies and they want to maintain that. Okay. Oh, I think we watched this in the past. I had this on X. This is in my folder. And I think I've actually seen it on X go kind of viral recently. But we did this on the show like a month ago. So we're usually first to some of these stories. Anyway, this is a video. I think it's important to understand how stupid some of these people are. It's an interview on the street about the Trump assassination. By the way, what happened with that? Who knows? Oh, no. But this is the kind of people that are in this country that are allowed to vote. This is why it's important to go out and vote for Trump in November. It's very important. And it's a very important election. People always say that I'm not like a hardcore, I'm not like die hard. Of course, I'll post on X all the time, like Trump 2020. It's by far the best choice. So some people are like, well, I don't like some of the things. I don't like everything he says. I don't like everything he might be like. He's by far, leaps and bounds, the best choice for moving this country forward. And he has to win. So what people don't understand is you don't have to like and agree with everything he says and how he says every last fucking thing. So get your head out of your ass and pay attention to what's on the line. But these are the types of people that are voting for Democrats. In other words, that's a brainwash cult. When you have someone like Kamala Harris, who was dog shit, got 0 delegates, Tulsi Gabbard absolutely flattened in 2020. No one liked her. She was awful. She's been in the background for 4 years because she's terrible. She's an idiot. She's a useful idiot. She's an empty vessel that sucked her way to the top, literally. And now all of a sudden she's the most popular person on the planet. She's the most wonderful woman. Oh, she's moving us forward, change the whole Obama shit. That's what's happening. Okay. She was dog shit and she was installed. No one voted for her. And Biden's just been on vacation for like 2 months. So it's a complete sham. The Democratic machine is exactly that, a machine. And she is just a vessel. They're not voting for her. They're voting blue no matter who, literally. And they are going to forget, right? They're going to forget that they forced you to get vaccinated or tried to. They're going to forget that they tried to keep you locked in your houses. They're going to forget that they tried to say, hey, all you guys that didn't get vaccinated, you're going to die. They're the ones that were hate mongering. This is literally what the Nazis did. These are the people in a totalitarian environment. These are the people that would send you to the fucking gulag and feel virtuous about it because they can look at each other and be like, yeah, we're doing this for the greater good. That's as scary as it is. How many people went along with that? And the mainstream media are all just a propaganda arm for the Democratic Party. So these are the people that are voting. So make sure you get people out. Make sure you get people out there to vote Trump in 2024. Check it out.
So Donald Trump was recently shot at one of his rallies. How do you feel about that?
I wish he would have gotten shot in the forehead.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's basically like teaching our country like what communism is like, so.
So you wish death upon someone?
Him, yeah, unfortunately. I hate to say that because I don't have hatred in my soul at all.
I don't have hatred in my soul at all, but I wish he got hit. I wish he got hit in the head with a bullet, but I don't have hatred in my soul at all. We watched this before. A lot of you like, oh yeah, we saw this like a month ago. I'm going to play it again. How fucking sick this person is. Like, just think about this. There's no logic, right? It doesn't match for a reason. It's a cult. It's just we're voting this. That's why they never have an explanation. And this is why whenever you talk to, if you have family members that are hardcore Democrats, they don't want to believe, they're not paying attention, they're just listening to this gaslighting and propaganda. That's why whenever you ask a question and you want them to explain, they'll get upset and they'll get defensive. It happens all the time. They don't have an answer. They can't explain their positions because there are none. Okay? They have no positions. They cannot explain. They can't explain. They can't argue from any logical standpoint because there is none. It's just Trump bad, big bad orange man. He's orange. He's mean on the internet. He says nasty things sometimes. Like, I don't give a shit. I want fucking steak prices to go down. I don't give a shit if he hurts someone's feelings. Let's fucking go. Anyway.
Like what communism is like, so.
So you wish death upon someone?
Him, yeah, unfortunately. I hate to say that because I don't have hatred in my soul at all. But I think the way that our country has divided families, marriages,
look at his face.
All of it about politics alone, like it all
camera,
really
like,
started with him.
Are you getting this?
So do you think wishing someone death is not hateful?
I would say, yeah, absolutely. I would say, obviously, I don't wish death upon him. I wish that he would be in jail for like the insurrection, which he should be.
Okay. Yeah, but you just said you wish that he would get hit in the forehead.
Just watch his face.
Would have made things a little easier on our country. But actually, really probably wouldn't, because the Proud Boys would come out and start probably shooting other people, so.
The Proud Boys?
Yeah.
Do you think that like 60% of the country are the Proud Boys that support Trump?
No, I think a lot of it is, wealthy people that only care about the finances, and there's a lot of ignorance, I think, in this country, and a lot of fake news, and
that's great.
A lot of just unhealthy, like, bias and political propaganda. I don't think we're fucked, essentially, as a country. Because
okay.
we don't have a good runner at all. So, yeah.
Dude, like, where do you even start with that? Where do you even start with that? I've been sharing a lot of stuff with, we're done. We got a lot of stuff I really want to go through. We should go through more. We used to go through, or we did for a bit. We should go through more of the stuff I've been sharing on X. You guys like that when we go through some of the X feed? We got to go through for the past like few days. I'm on X more than any other platform. You want to follow me, Swolenormous, on X, uncensored. You're not going to, if you have sensitive feelings, don't follow me there. But share a lot of content. I need to go through and kind of get up to speed. So we can do that tomorrow. We can do some more of that stuff tomorrow. But yeah, we'll go over more of that stuff tomorrow. Yeah, the X-Files. Yeah. All right. Jeez. Brutal. Anyway, look at this. We got 2 special guests today. Of course, we have the Tainty Man, but look. Oh, Papa Swolio. Oh, sweet beach. Sweet pupperlicious. Let me get her let me scratch her ear a little bit. You want more, baby? There's the goat. There's the goat. Yeah, there she is. Is she getting up? Is she getting up? Yeah, what's up, Bish? What's up, mama? What you doing? Ready for a swole card? Look at the goat. Goat, 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 goat,
Pay that man his money.
Yeah. Bishy. Bish, 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 bish. Look at her. Looks just like her. That's the goat right there. That's the big G. There she is. Let's zoom in on that goat. There she is. There's the goat. Papa Swolio. We're lingering on her a little bit. Some of you that are new might be like, okay, why you spend so much time? But we have the church, of course, over here. Got the whole crew. But Papa Swolio, she's the OOG. All the Oda episodes, and she's still trugging along. I don't know how. I don't know what's going on with this dog, but she keeps on going. I'm here for it. So I think I'm gonna continue to force her to be on the show more. She needs to be in here. Kind of let her. I need to get a better camera angle so I can catch her in there more. Anyway, the goat's here, so we'll do more X content tomorrow. Oh, her belly rubs. Well, we got church. Church will fill in some of those. Church will fill in a little bit more of those belly rubs. Right, baby? You give me bellies? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get that. Look at that belly. Look at that. You see that? See the coloring? The coloring in that belly? Nice little spotted belly. That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. That's the good. That's the Pinkston Churchill right there. Yeah, we got three. 3 beaches. 3 dogs. Oh, yeah, she still begs. She still does the paw begging. Let's see if I can get her on the... There she is. She still does the... Rufus doesn't give a shit. So she still does it. She'll still do the begging. Try to get her for a while. Try to teach Pinkston how to do the begging. Because Papa Swolio's half Chihuahua and Pinkston's pure. So, what are you looking at? What? Try to get her to learn how to do the begging, but haven't been successful yet. All right, let's give away today's Swole card. Tessie, unfortunately, went a little woke. Got her, I don't know, fam. Got her hair dyed. Again, I'll say it one more time for those that are confused. The Falcon, I guess, has been neglecting and not plowing Tessie because, I don't know. Yeah. Dude, your talons were too sharp or something like that. And whatever it was, they've been having a little bit of a rift. So I think this is Tessie's ploy to try to get more attention from Freddie. But got her hair dyed and septum piercing, and she went a little bit woke. So Freddie's got to give her the old talon. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we can bring Tessie back around, but it is what it is, and it's unfortunate. The last thing we need is for her to, start eating too much food, and I don't know. Hopefully she doesn't go full body positivity, but get your shit together, Freddie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, buddy. Enough. Let's give away today's Swole card. Fam, are you ready? Swole card time. Let's give it away. We got a winner. Today's winner, right on Swole season, is... I think we got a new winner. It's the American Bandit, 93. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. Anzaroon Blay. Well, fantastic. Look at Aaron spamming the Telegram chat. You fucking people. You fucking people.
You fucking people.
All right. Congratulations, TAB, American Bandit. Send us an email to support@snormus.com. Swole card 3042 in the subject. Your mailing address in the body of the email. Fam, thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow for 3043. And we will get into some more of these stories in the Balls Deep portion. So thanks for being here. And we'll see you tomorrow. Go to the fucking gym. Oh, reminder, tonight, just to follow up if you didn't know, tonight, all the specials end. swolenormousx.com/BTS. So at the bottom of the screen, it says swolenormousx.com. Put a slash there. BTS, back to Swole. swolenormousx.com/BTS for those membership specials. And of course, head on over to papaswolio.com and pick up some of that awesome, dope-ass merch. The 20% specials over there, get everything 20% off. That's going to end tonight at midnight. So if you want to cop some new merch, grab yourself some deadlift, some Swoleverine. Deadlift and Swoleverine. We got Depth Vader, Swoleopoly, Farce Pump, Vamos a Puto Gimnasio, Dora the Swole Explorer. We got the Halloween designs, Optimus Pump. Why is Optimus Pump not on the bestsellers? Optimus Pump is goated already too. Maybe we'll move that up. And anyway, we have too many bestsellers. They're just great. So go check it out over there. And those specials are ending tonight, 20% off the entire site. So go grab you something special. All right, fam, thanks for being here. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. And again, another reminder, take a moment, head on over to Spotify or Apple Podcasts, anywhere you listen to your podcast, and leave a 5-star review. It helps tremendously. So right now, even if you're watching on Rumble, if you have not yet left a review, just hit the stars over on Spotify, or again, you can write a review on Apple Podcasts. That's dope too. I love to read them. They don't populate as much for me. I think a lot of people that do it from other countries, I don't think I see ones that are in other languages or from other countries. I think it's regional. But anyway, if you have not yet, maybe you went on Spotify and you left a review, go over to Apple Podcasts and do the same. I'd love to actually see the review. Spotify doesn't do that, but definitely leave a 5-star review if you enjoy the show and share it with your friends. It helps tremendously. Subscribe live every day on Rumble, rumble.com/The Daily Swole. Thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I gift rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't laugh and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint. What the fuck is you saying? What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element.